All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Clock Podcast. You may notice Jared's not here.
Nope.
Lucas is here.
Hi, guys.
It's Lucas De Leon.
VP of Innovation and Strategy here at
Let's
5
put
Star.
that right here.
It's going to be a
in
long
post.
one.
Yeah. I know.
We might have to scroll.
Longest title in the
Yeah.
history. Can we please have it scroll across?
That'd be fun, yeah.
Let's keep it on his ticker at the bottom. So Jared is here. He's just behind the camera today. He held up. You guys can't see him, but he did this. Jared stepped out for hosting responsibilities today, but he's going to be doing some production. You know what? You might even see him later in the podcast. We're kind of going rogue today, and one of the reasons is because we ran a really super fun competition. It's I think it's a favorite, a crowd favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Tour to 5 Star. It'd be
Yeah.
a great time, Jared, for you to go Tour to 5 Star and have like the logo pop up.
Yep.
So we ran the Tour to 5 Star 2025 edition, and we just announced the winners of the team competition. Do you want to announce the winner of the team competition, Lucas?
Logistics. It was the first time that we had Logistics compete. They showed up ready to play. And it really came down to the last day because there was a 3-way tie going into the last day between sales, electrical, and logistics. I mean, you can't get any more exciting than that.
Nope.
And so
Except that none of them won the last day.
none of them won the last day, so we had to go to a tiebreaker. But
It still worked.
we're adaptable. So yeah, it was a great time. I think everybody enjoyed it. Just a nice short 10-day competition.
Yep.
So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and so logistics came in first. Electrical, congratulations to Electrical. They got second place, and then the sales team came in third. And so that's the super exciting news that we have to share with you. The Tour to 5 Star was a success. We did have some departments win, and the logistics team is going to get a $2,500 pool to go and choose to celebrate however they want. And if they want to invite Lucas and I to join in the celebration, I think we'd accept.
Yeah, happily.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I overheard Hyde Park Steakhouse being mentioned,
Yep.
so never turned down a good steak.
Nope. I know a thing or two about meat sweats.
Yes, you do. I've been there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was there when he had them. It was really good. But why we're actually coming to you today and changing up the podcast a little bit today is because we wanted to talk about the one team, one goal element. And so just in case you guys don't remember, for us to pay out the team competition was a $3.6 million goal. But the one team, one goal, that idea, the idea behind the one team, one goal element to any of these competitions, it's about pushing, and it's about stretch, and it's about getting every single person on the team to be bought into this idea. And, you know, some people might even say like, Lucas, I work in HR. How do I impact the competition? You know, and I don't know if you have, I want you to come up with your answer to that. I'll tell you what my answer is. My answer is that the people who go out in the world every day, the people who support the people who go out in the world every day, their mental health is so important to their ability to convert in the home, their ability to have conversation after conversation, and whether that storm is so important that how you see them in this building impacts their day, how you help support them impacts their day, and that ultimately impacts our revenue. How would you answer that question, Lucas?
From an HR perspective, I would say, you know,
You want to take a different department?
No, let's do HR. I would say, you know, having that support system there, some of our guys are going to come in, they need help with paperwork, or they don't know how to find certain information that they need when they're doing all the great things that we want them to do, like buying new homes, a lot of documents that go into that kind of thing.
Yep.
Having that support system that can get them in and out efficiently so they're back on the road generating revenue makes a massive impact, and we all play a part in that.
And that's what one team, one goal is all about. Is it truly does mean we need every single person's effort every single day, all day, focused on the goal to achieve the ultimate goal. And this month, the goal was $3.8 million.
Yep.
Now you can put in the
Yeah.
Where did we finish, Lucas?
3.72. The exact number that we were off this month was $77,400.
Lucas, how many days were there, working days were there in the month?
There were 19 working days.
Did you break it down?
I did, yeah. And so when we look at it through that angle, with 19 working days, keep in mind that we did an average on each working day of $176,000.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All we needed to get there was $4,074 on each of those working days. And to give a little additional context, that's a 2% increase. And I think that we've thrown that number around in the past before, where we're just trying to push for that little extra 1 or 2%. And this month, it really would have made the difference.
What other things jumped out to you, Lucas? When we think about why didn't we get to the 3.8, what are some things that jumped out to you?
Yeah. So I think, I was just breaking it down in a few different ways. Let's talk about our service departments. So considering that $4,074, we averaged 127 service calls per day, which means for each of those service calls, if we would have gotten $32 more, service could have covered it themselves.
Just all by themselves?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Let's talk about a win.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a great win. We increased our average Sunday revenue by 73% last month compared to September and October.
That's awesome.
That's a massive win. And what that tells me is that our guys are out there and they're willing to put in those volunteer days. They're willing to show up when we need them. More importantly, they're willing to show up when our customer needs them.
You know, what I was thinking about is, as you were talking about service revenue, it's like, what if service had only had to cover half of that deficit? So you're talking about $15 per call.
Yep.
Right. Because my guess is if our sales team on the HVAC and water heater side could have just found, like, for example, like one half system every 4 days, plus maybe one additional water heater every 4 days. And I'm just doing some dirty math in my head, Luke Watson. But all I'm doing is post-production in my head. Like, I just imagine Luke Watson popping up right now. Don't cut any of this, Jared. Also, please know, other than a phone call last night when I pitched this idea to Lucas, he and I have not spoken at all.
No.
So everything you're seeing is literally happening in the moment. This is
I found out about this morning.
Yeah. Jared found out about it this morning. And this is, honestly though, like, these are the conversations that Lucas and I have all the time. So this is not difficult for us, because this is all we think about all the time is, okay, we did this. What was the gap between where we wanted to be and what we did? And how do we close that gap? So, as I think about that dirty math, I'm like, gosh, $15 per service call. And then I even think, okay, pull out, did you already pull? So yeah, pull out callbacks.
Oh,
pull out even like 5-year-old and less tune-ups. Pull those out.
Right.
And I bet you still those numbers would be pretty small and attainable.
Yeah, 100%. Another way that I looked at it was just a total company average ticket, meaning just everything in one bucket. And that was $907, which is a 5% increase from the previous 2 months, which is great. But you break it down that way, let's think about, okay, we need to get over 3.8. You want to take a stab at how much 907 needed to be to get us to 3.8?
1,100.
Not 927.
Oh,
we needed an extra $20 on each ticket average to get over that gap. And then I thought about it a different way as well, because we know that there's times that we're driving revenue. We're not necessarily looking to capture the largest tickets. And we can look at this at a different way and try to attack the problem through volume rather than price. So what I looked at was, we did have an 11.5% decrease in total call volume from October into November. If we maintained the average ticket that we had for November, but also maintained the completed job volume that we did in October, you want to take a stab at that number?
You flawed? No, because you're too smart. I don't know what you're going to do. What is it?
4.2 million.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's these little things. Now, I also want to remember that in October, we had a huge emphasis with the Olympics. We had a huge emphasis on outbound calls.
Yes.
And I think that helped drive that.
Did you look at any call center data for this?
I did not.
Okay, and that's okay. Because I do think we're looking at the completed. But there is a question of, like, we could go backwards and say, where did marketing and call center come in versus previous months as well? And I think lead volume and all that. But I like focusing on the people in the field who can really impact it. And again, that's what,
Yep.
It's our bread and butter.
100%. We had a great conversion rate. It was 48%, which is really right where we want it. And so that, that tells me it's going to be a combination between, if we're converting where we want to convert, can we drive that, like you were saying, an additional $15 on the ticket side? But can we also have our marketing and our CSR teams pushing to drive that a little additional volume, a little higher on the ticket? It's a culmination of these things that makes, a $77,000 problem go away.
Yeah. Well, and again, So what is the one team? Let's go back to the why, right? Why are we even talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Because we're a one team, one goal organization, and because we believe that if we had achieved this, we were going to pay out a total prize pool of $10,000. First prize being $5,000, and there was going to be 10 random employees selected, which means it doesn't matter if you're the guy who generated the most revenue for this organization or you're the person who supported them in one of our other departments. You equally have a shot at getting that $5,000, and so that's why we talk about this stuff. So, Lucas, we've talked a lot about how we missed it and maybe some of the metrics. What are some of the behaviors we could have seen that maybe would have adjusted these numbers and put us on the winning side?
Sure. I think in October, the emphasis with the Olympics of leaving 3 estimates on every single job. We need to be repeating like these types of behaviors. Every time we go in that home, we're treating that as a true opportunity. There's no such thing as a bad call. There's always a shot to solve an issue for a customer. It's not about, just squeezing the customer for as much money as we can get out of them. That's not why we do what we do. We offer solutions and, educate, inform, and offer. We do have a lot of really great products to improve air quality, water quality, things that make their lives better, especially right around holiday time. They're going to have a lot of family over. They probably wouldn't hate to know that the air is clean, or that the water is soft. So,
that soft water.
Yeah.
Give me all the soft water. What is soft water? No, I'm just kidding. So this is the example I like to think about. And I like to put it in context of, because I do think that there's that idea of like, well, I don't want to come off as sleazy or grimy. I don't want to come off. And I think this is where we really have to buy into this idea as a company, as an organization, that by putting 3 options in front of a consumer and allowing them to make a decision, that's transparency.
Mm-hmm.
If all you do is hand them one option and walk away, you don't give them the choice. That's the opposite of transparency.
Right.
And if that doesn't vibe with you personally, like, we need to have a conversation, because that's what we are about. And so I'll give it to you in a real world example that I think puts this into context. I've given this example, I think, even on this podcast before. It's the idea, Lucas has a beautiful wife and family. Would you agree with that, Lucas?
I would.
Okay. I've met his wife. She's lovely. Great to talk to. You ever get a chance? She's a fantastic conversationalist. Let's say that your wife and family were heading out of town, and headed to, you got family like a couple hours away, don't you? Do you? Well, pretend you do.
Yep.
Lucas, work with me here. We're ad-libbing, okay? Come on now.
I was like, wait a minute, where's my family?
The first rule.
I love that he had to think about it. Like,
Lucas, the first rule of improv is always say yes.
Yes, right.
Just like your career.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So true, right?
Well.
It has. So Lucas' wife is going out of town. Well, Lucas does the right thing. She's going to have a 4-hour drive down to her family, non-existent fake family down in Louisville, Kentucky. And so Lucas does the right thing, takes a car in for the oil change the Saturday before she's leaving. She's going to head out on a Thursday night, and she works, right? I mean, she doesn't really, but again, ad-libbing here, Lucas. And so she's got to leave after work, and she got some family stuff she's going to do down in Kentucky. So you go do the right thing. Okay, you bring the car in for the oil change, you drop it off. You come back, the guy says, here's your bill, Lucas, for $62 for your oil change. I know your wife's oil change wouldn't cost that much because you won't buy her a nice car, but
it runs just fine.
Yeah, okay. Cheap. And just Matt Musselman's wearing off on you. And so your wife leaves on Thursday, and 2 hours into the trip, just far enough away that it'd be really inconvenient for you to get there. It's dark. I don't know if you guys know this, but it gets dark at 3:30 in the afternoon here now. And so it's dark, it's cold. Now your wife is stranded on the highway. People go, I don't know if you've driven on the highway, a lot of distracted drivers on the highway. People on their phones, swerving everywhere, Amanda Franks. And so, not Amanda. Amanda saw me one time doing that.
Oh, yeah?
So you call the tow truck gets there, get her safe. Now you got to rent a car.
Right.
They get in the shop, brakes are seized. You call the shop the car was at last week. You say, hey, did you look at, don't you guys do like a 19-point inspection? They say, yeah. Well, did you see that the brakes were going to be really bad? They go, oh yeah, we saw it. Well, you didn't think you wanted to tell me that? They said, well, you didn't ask me about the brakes. You just wanted me to change the oil.
Right.
Well, and that's, I think, the problem we have right now with some of these small things is we have the mentality. The customer called me about the water heater. The water heater is leaking. I only solve the water heater problem. Customer called me about wanting to change a ceiling fan. I only look at the ceiling fan. Customer called me because they want a furnace tune-up, but we were just here last year. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to tell them about any new things or any new ideas. But if we actually just tell them and give them the option, then they can choose. And if you had said, I don't really care about my wife. Let her break C's. Now that's on you.
I would have taken it home and did it myself.
I knew you would. Or you could have called Dale.
Yeah.
He probably would have done it for you.
Yeah.
That's a long-winded way of saying the benefit of providing our customers the option is not about making them do something. It's about giving them the freedom of choice.
Yes.
What else did you see, Lucas?
Well, just a few more wins, across the board. Let's focus on the positives. For every day of the week, aside from Thursday, we increased our average revenue per day by at least 10%, and up to as high, like I said, on Sunday, 73%, which is massive. But across the board, Mondays, we upped 22%, Tuesdays up 10%, Wednesdays, which is historically kind of a challenge day, we upped 42%. So, just a lot of wins there where there was the potential to get there. We didn't do it this time, but we brush ourselves off and get back to it.
Nice. Any closing thoughts from you?
I'm just really impressed with the team. We didn't quite get there, but we were incredibly close. That 77,000 for an organization like us is nothing, especially when you're looking at it in comparison to 3.8. So just incredibly proud of the team's performance. It was great to have, the Tour to 5-star with the logistics crew that doesn't always get to be a part of these competitions. Definitely saw them. I've been sitting over with the logistics team for the past couple weeks and just seeing them really drive. They are not going to lose this competition. And so that was really great to see. And, just looking forward to December to see how we close out the year.
Awesome. And so I'll just say this. First, you guys, it was an awesome November. Okay. We crushed it. We actually achieved our goal of 3.6 million.
Yep.
The work you did helped to celebrate our logistics team. They work every day to support the people out in the field. So they deserve a round of applause when you see them in your market. Congratulate them because that's a big win for them. Second, I would say this is not about pointing out where we failed. This is about failing forward. This is about finding new opportunity. One thing I would say, Lucas, and this is you're a binary, ones and zeros data guy. And I love that about you. We call you the data police and you keep us on track. There's another part of this that you probably couldn't even quantify, which is something that I've noticed. And now that I've been here for as long as I have, we're doing this much and it's not as chaotic as it once was.
Oh, yeah.
It feels much calmer. People are taking PTO. People are having wins in their family. The amount of babies being born around here is just insane. I don't know what is in the water around here. People are buying houses and cars, and not you, but people who love their wives are buying them new cars and
she wants a new house. I got to prioritize.
It's priorities. I get it. I've given Lucas a hard time about this for 2 years.
I probably should have bought the car by now, but
but what I really want to share is this: is that if you're somebody who goes out in the world every day and supports our customers in the home, just thank you for everything you do. We want to be here to support you. Thank you for working so hard. Thank you for grinding. And thank you for taking this constructive criticism and feedback. But just know we want it to not only support 5-star and support the things that we love to do in the community through our Profit on Purpose initiative, but it's also because we believe that you're working at the greatest organization that pays at the highest level and takes care of our team the best way possible. If you're on the sales support side, right? I've said it on this podcast before. You're either sales or sales support. If you're on the sales support side, thank you. Thank you for everything you do every single day. And just know the efforts you do don't go unnoticed. And it truly is impacting the lives of the people who get that revenue in here every day that cover all of our paychecks. And so this team, when we come together and when we have one common goal, one common enemy, so to speak, and we attack, nothing stops us.
Nope.
And just know this, look for 2026. We've already got a calendar of events coming, a lot of competitions planned, maybe even some last minute kind of need a spark competitions in the back pocket. And we plan to continue to gamify and give the one team, one goal element so that people in this organization continue to win. And I have a feeling that 2026 will be the year we've paid out the highest single cash prize ever.
I love it. I love spinning that wheel.
So I think the wheel's coming out.
Yep.
You know how much I love the wheel.
Yeah, I love the wheel.
Justin Pence's wheel. The hell's going on?
We got to fix that thing.
It's messed up. Justin Pence. Disappointing.
Dale Meadows over there to take a look at it.
Take a look at it.
Yep.
That's all we got from Lucas and the competition today, guys. Thank you so much for listening, paying attention. And here's the deal. Lucas, he sits either right by the logistics team in Columbus or kind of over by HR, or where do you sit in Dayton?
I
Sit
just float
in
around
those offices.
Yeah.
If you guys ever have questions about your numbers, the data,
Mhm.
Service Titan, VP, Innovation and Strategy, okay? He's available. He's super easy to talk to. He loves feedback. He wants to help. If you need help, he's a guy who he'll help you.
Yep.
I'm also available anytime. My door's always open. I say it every time. Anybody here doesn't feel taken care of, you come talk to me. Last quarter, I said that in the breakfast. 2 different people came and talked to me.
Love it.
Guess what? You met with one of them. Guess what? We're coming up with plans for them to see if we can get them to where they want to be because they're great employees. They just need a new path. That's all it is. So we want to continue to support your career, your growth, and hopefully, sticking with 5-star. So thanks, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.